here to wish you an international L'chaim. Hopefully by the time you come to Toronto, God willing, this glass will be able to be filled sky high.
It's not true. Don't believe anything she says. She already drank her first glass.
Happens. As we were talking about you coming in for your birthday, I was thinking about what kind of birthday cake to have for you, and it reminded me of one of your favorite cakes, which is Marilyn Cole's pecan chocolate chip pie. And I was hoping to get the recipe from her because I remember, I think it was not too long ago, that she brought some over for you and Mom to serve for company. And I think she brought two, and only one made it to the table because you and Mom had a little fun with it one night. So I'm gonna make the pie and I'm gonna hide it so that we could actually have it at the table for your birthday.
She was laughing when she told me the story, and she was laughing for like 6 minutes. She could not contain herself because of the great humor of the story.
Well, I was thinking of another thing that we got from the Coles house one time, which got eaten more accidentally, which was the dish detergent that I brought back one night, and somehow you managed to finish the whole cup of the dish detergent. So
Like drink it?
chug the whole cup. So anyways, made me think of that. But we're really looking forward to having you here. John wanted to add some.
Yeah, I just wanted to, the purpose of the video was to mention some funny things about Dad. And, when we sit with the boys that Dad from Shul at Shal Shidduchos, we all like to talk about, obviously, our father-in-laws, and my father-in-law is better than your father-in-law, mine and yours. We're always comparing, and I always win because I have the best, funniest father-in-law. And they ask, what's so funny about your father-in-law? And I say, there's 3 ways I could describe him. Through alcohol, through handling, and through jail. And let me elaborate. What I mean by that is your ability to handle and negotiate the best possible deal always amazes me, and sometimes is humorous, and is really something of admiration. And in terms of alcohol, you always appreciate a good l'chaim, and if you're not on the receiving end of drinking the l'chaim, you're always encouraging and promoting l'chaim to people of all ages, and that's pretty cool. And then jail, you seem to always, get a good kick out of this, you seem to always surround yourself and have compassion for others in the Columbus Jewish community, or Cleveland, Ohio, or surrounding area Jewish communities that have people that find themselves in cheder, and you're always a good friend for them, and always there to help them out and be a strong supporter. So that's why I always win the father-in-law contest, and we want to wish you a very happy birthday.
L'chaim. Can't wait to see you. Love you.
See you soon.
Hi Dad, happy birthday. There's nothing like taking pre-Yom Kippur shots, Erev Yom Kippur. Anyway, we are supposed to share a dad moment, one of our favorites, and one of my favorite dad moments is before I teach Hebrew school, Dad will usually call me and say, or when I'm over, and we'll say, what are you teaching them? And I say, I have no idea usually. And he always, will sit down with pen and paper and make sure that he gives me a good point to get across to them, which is very cute and useful. And also when I started working at the JCC, he made sure that the parents know what Mara Minna is going to teach their kids, and he takes it very serious. So I appreciate that, and I can always count on you, Dad. Love you.
So one story from the past year that stands out for me is when Dad and I went to Baltimore. Had a nice trip together, and we were, went out for dinner that night. And
Where
Dad
did you
said,
go? Dougie's. First round. So first round we went to Chinese food, which was
kind of the favored pick. So we went there first, enjoyed some good Chinese food, and then at the end of the meal, after both of us were stuffed, with a completely straight face, Dad looks at me, he says, "Ready for round 2?" And I didn't really know what that meant at the moment, but
Figured it out.
I figured it out very quickly when when you saw the glow in his eyes when he said rack of ribs at Dougie's for dessert. So it's a moment, it was a trip that was really fun. And we hope for many, many more years to come, we're able to travel together, enjoy good laughs, good food. And it should be a very happy birthday. And love you.
Nat, say happy birthday, Zadie.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Oh.
Hi, Dad. We want to wish you a virtual happy birthday. We're having a virtual birthday party, and we want to wish you a l'chaim. But we wanted just to tell you just like amazing stories of our growing up childhood, that just like when we think of our childhood and we think of you, we just crack up. But I would say stories of like, going on a road trip and all of a sudden, before you know it, the band in our car starts and you start with the drums and then you start singing and then Mom starts doing the harmony, and it's like, oh my God, like those are our memories of our road trip, and they were just so great. And then you would just go on and have the kumsitz in the car, and it's just like so funny and wonderful. And then the other thing that comes to mind is when you somehow, I don't really remember the details, but you won a trip to Hawaii. And so Mom obviously said, I'm not going. And so you said, okay, Leah, you could come. And I was like, that's amazing. And so we were ready to go to Hawaii, free trip to Hawaii. And then you're like, how about we just go visit Mom, Peppy, and Papa George in Florida? So I was like, okay, cool. But that's what we did. We didn't end up going to Hawaii, swim with the dolphins, me and my dad. But we ended up going to Lincoln Road. And that's just, as John said in his video, you're a negotiator. And it worked, and we had a wonderful time. And and we just all have such great, happy memories of growing up because of you.
Happy, happy, happy birthday, Dad. The moment I knew that you were really a true genius is when Leah and I were dating, and she told me that instead of going on vacation, you would offer all the children each $100 to go to the mall instead of going to Chicago. And lo and behold, they took after their father, and they loved that idea.
Loved it.
And it was a win-win all around. So that's just one lesson that I hope to learn from you many, many, many more throughout the years on Me'ah V'Esrim. And really, I feel so honored. It was 3 years ago, actually, that I remember we had Sukkot in Netanya together. And Leah and I have carried on that tradition, and we haven't missed the Sukkot and Netanya since.
That's so
But
funny.
we really, really miss you here. And we really are wishing you the happiest birthday, the happiest year. And
We're going to make a l'chaim.
we are going to make a l'chaim now.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, a long-distance l'chaim from Israel to health and love and celebrating life together.
Amen.
Amen. Alex, want to give kisses?
Okay.
L'chaim, Dad, happy birthday. We're so happy to be celebrating here with you from across the world. I will take my place as the longest standing in-law child and also as your only daughter-in-law, therefore your favorite daughter-in-law. My notes here. We missed out, the in-law kids definitely missed out on some of the great stuff from childhood, but I do feel like I was blessed living in Columbus for those few years, so I got to get in on some of the action, some of the childhood memories. Those memories really stand out now. It's funnier since we are raising kids now ourselves, and some of them are just hilarious. But we will save a lot of those stories for when we have this video for Mom. Well, one of the great memories, or one of the great things in our family, is that flanken has become a main dish, not just like a thing that you throw into other things. Flanken and scotch, that's what it's about in the Weiss family. And Julie remembers as a child at 2525 Stafford Place, Friday night, that he'd be sitting next to Dad, and he didn't want to lose my great story, so. Julie remembers as a child that Dad used to, on Friday night, like he would be done eating, and then Dad would load up his plate with like another helping of red meat, whatever it was for the Seudah, and Dad didn't want him to leave the table until he was really, really full, like until he thought that was normal, that you're supposed to end the meal feeling like stuffed, that you can't move, and he still thinks that's normal, and I think he sometimes expects that I'm going to dump another helping of red meat onto his plate, but we're trying to move away from that model a little bit. And I think that's very giving nature. Dad got such nachas out of seeing Tuli eat, and he was, what do you say, I used to wear a husky fit, the husky fit pants, and Dad got real nachas out of having his son be like a man, and like an eating man with meat and scotch. Tuli is a serious scotch drinker, as you will soon see. And we just look forward to eating flanken in your house soon, hanging out, and enjoying the good stuff together. Lots of love. We should just all be together drinking l'chaim. The girls can drink wine, the men can drink.
So first of all, we're wishing Dad a l'chaim, and this glass doesn't appear anywhere in Columbus. I don't think there's a single wine glass in our house. This is how a l'chaim is done, gentlemen and ladies. This is how a l'chaim is done. No shot glasses, no wine glasses. About a quarter of the way full.
Third.
We make a l'chaim like this, okay? First of all. So happy birthday, Dad, and many, many more. A lot of the comments have been about how Dad is his sharp business skills, his business acumen, and how Dad is all about negotiating. And people seem to think that Dad doesn't have a lot of hobbies. He's not a fisherman. He doesn't play golf, and it's all about the dollars and cents. However, I spent a lot of time with Dad growing up, walking to shul or driving around, and so I know that Dad has actually a lot of interests and a lot of hobbies. And so I was thinking that, now with Dad shifting things around a little bit, changing the status quo at Smith Tandier, part of the reason is because Dad is looking for the opportunity to have a second career. The thing that Dad didn't get around to as a businessman, as a lawyer, and now is his opportunity. So I wanted to just share some of the professions, some of the occupations that Dad, I think, has been daydreaming about over the last 35 or so years working as a lawyer in Columbus. The first thing that if Dad is now going to be starting on a second career, the first thing that he might look into would be the waste management business, the garbage taken out, because there's nobody who is as obsessed with taking out the garbage as our father. That he could load up those bins like nobody's business, and with just 2 people living in the house now, they're still able to produce more garbage than anybody on the street, maybe even put together. They have the 3, they have the recycling one, 2 recycling ones, and I know that whenever I come into town, it's always either the night before garbage night or the night after garbage night. So if Dad could turn that into a career, I think that there's big money in the waste management. If that doesn't work out, however, there's other options that Dad is going to look into. Come, she's saying that now. So the other thing that Dad is going to look into is something that Dad always wanted to be. And this is always kind of like a running joke. Leah mentioned the musical aspirations that Dad had, Simon and Garfunkel, being a musician. But I think that the other thing that Dad would really want to do would be to be a mattress tester. Always joked around about being a mattress tester. And then, so maybe now's the chance to be a mattress tester. And then the third thing that maybe I don't know how many people realize this, but growing up as a kid, Dad had this ability, this like lawyer's ear, that if he would hear a siren, he would be able to hear the siren and he would stop wherever we were driving to and kind of like scout it out, follow the sounds of the siren and start following the ambulance or the police car. Not like in a lawyer way as like an ambulance chaser, because Dad, I think, always wanted to be maybe a detective. And was always interested in maybe like working for the Mossad. And so now maybe is Dad's opportunity to start the new career. Either, again, waste management facility or a mattress tester or again in the Mossad. And to demonstrate those possibilities, we created a little Hollywood style reenactment that I think that you'll all enjoy. So once again, L'chaim, happy birthday, Yom Huledet, Sameach, many, many more years, happy and healthy with Mom. We love you.
Love you.
This mattress feels extra firm. I think I should try it out. Three hours later, אחרי 3 שעות. Not bad, not bad. But I think I should try another one. This mattress is extra soft. Let me give it a shot. I don't think this is gonna work. What's with all this stuff? Who sleeps here? Three hours later. I think we have a winner! This is Officer Rice in the saw accident. Officer Rice just reported an accident on the corner of Sherbrooke
And Stafford.
and Safford. Thank you, Officer Rice. We couldn't do it without you. Happy birthday.